Hello and welcome to another video blog post from cmsquickstart.com. Today we're going to be taking a look at WordPress 3.0 Beta 1, and I'm going to be looking at it through the eyes of Drupal 7 Alpha 3. That's the current install we have for Drupal, and I've done many videos on that, but I want to give you my assessment of WordPress 3 Beta 1 from a perspective of a Drupal guy. And who am I? I am Doug Van. You can check me out at dougvan.com if you're so inclined to do so. It's not a pretty site, but there's lots of information on there and lots of fun stuff. And this is brought to you, of course, by cmsquickstart.com. And I want to draw your attention very briefly to this. Try before you buy. Request a free demo of any of our products. We have 20-some themes that are pre-configured. They're actually their installation profiles, so you can check them out. Let's get on to WordPress. Here is the WordPress site I just created, and it says web-enabled support because I created it with webenabled.com, which is where I have my account. And it's very simple to install a variety of applications. Aqua Drupal, CiviCRM Drupal, Drupal 7, Drupal 5, Drupal 6, Drupal Fusion, cool stuff over here, Joomla, Lime Survey. I don't even know what some of this stuff is, but down at the PressFlow, another version of Drupal. Pros Point, but there are two versions of WordPress, the current stable 2.9.2 and the beta 3.1. So we're going to take a look at it here. Now, this is my fresh install of a WordPress site. And I happen to know from the past that you have to get to wp-admin to get to your admin section. And I'm logging in. So now I'm in the back end. And this is one distinction you're going to find out quickly from between Drupal and WordPress. Just like Joomla, WordPress uses this idea of a completely different back-end look and feel versus how your front end is. Now I'm going to open up a second tab here just for the front page, so you can kind of keep track of what that looks like. So here's our back end, here's our front end, and never the two shall meet. So right off the bat, we have the dashboard. Now, a dashboard is something that we did not have in Drupal until Drupal 7 came out. So we're using the term dashboard now. Did we borrow that from WordPress? I don't know. But look over here at recent drafts. That is simply, if you want to equate that to Drupal, that's going to be nodes that have been created and saved but not published. So think of unpublished content or unpublished nodes. In this case, this is a blog site, so we're primarily dealing with blogs. And I'm not even aware if you can have unique content types. Of course, posts over here are all the blog posts, and then pages. You could say that page is a different content type, and it basically is. Pages are not the same as posts, so two big distinctions there. But we're going to go in here and change some things around. So let's take a look at the one post we have. Now, WordPress comes with a Hello World post installed, and as you mouse over the area here, you get the edit option. And you can either trash this current one and start a new one, add new up here, or just edit this one. And let's go ahead and edit it. So it says, "Welcome to WordPress," and I'll just call it my first post. Yay! And over here, we'll call it number 1. So I've changed the title and changed the body. I'm using Drupal terminology here. Now the save button, you're looking for it way down here at the bottom. You're not going to find it. It's called update, and it's over here. Now we're updating it because it already existed. So we're going to update this, and we know that it's saved. It says you have updated your view post. Over here, we're going to refresh this, and sure enough, everything has changed. What else is on our dashboard? Well, we got to go back to it. Over here's the dashboard. We have a comment over here, and let's take a look at that comment. It's from Mr. WordPress. So we can just go ahead and delete that by clicking on the trash button. And did you see that? It faded up to a red, from white through pink into red, and it disappeared. That's that's some simple CSS trickery there. But you know what? It creates a nice, clean, engaging interface. So hats off to WordPress 3 Beta 1. And forgive me, I don't know what's different from WordPress 3 to WordPress 2.9.2. But I do know what's different from Drupal, and we don't have that pretty red thing going on there. So that is fun. Let's take a look back at the dashboard, and let's head over to Appearance. Now, there's only one theme. They call them themes, so the same word applies for Drupal. And but in Drupal 7, I believe you have at least 5, 6, or 7 themes to choose from right out of the box. You don't have that many here, but fear not. Grabbing a new theme is just as easy as this. Look at this. You can search the theme directory, and let's look for blue, because Drupal's blue, and I like blue. And here are all the themes available for you that are blue. And what looks snazzy? This looks kind of nice. Let's try this one. Install. So by clicking the install button, and then up here, it gives me a little kind of example of what it's going to be. I'll say yes, do install now. And it does all of its magic work. And then I will say activate. So I've just installed a new theme to my WordPress site. And I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to refresh this page. And as easy as that, I have just now changed the entire layout and look and feel of my site. You may think the one earlier was a little prettier and whatever have you, but there's a huge theme repository you can tap into and take a look around. So that's pretty cool. Let's go back to our dashboard. Now, what are these pages? So we have this page, we have this post. Looking back at our site, it would be the About. So the About page would be the page link. If we click on that, About. This is an example of WordPress page, blah, blah, blah. So over here, click on the page, and there it is, About. We can edit this, and we could make it our own. Put your own content in there and change it up. And update again, and there it is. Now back to my dashboard, and if I want to add a page, it's as simple as this. Head over to Pages, add a new page. Maybe it's the services. Maybe this is a corporate kind of a blog, and these are the things we do. Things we do. And publish. So it doesn't say update any longer, it says publish. So I publish this. And did it in fact publish? Let's go to our front page again and refresh. And there it is, things we do. Back to the home page. We have the one post, and things are going along just fine. Now what's over here? We have what looks like two sidebars. Maybe the first sidebar and the second sidebar, and those would be regions in Drupal. And then inside these regions would be blocks. A block, a block, a block, and a block. And then a block over here. Now this links block here is actually, I'm going to call it a links block. That's what I call it. It has 6 or 7 items of links. That's actually a widget in these terms. And here they are in their glory. We can change them, add them, and can you rearrange them? I don't see an easy way to rearrange them. But nonetheless, you can take some away. We'll take the support forum link away and see what happens. Delete. Apply. So the support forum was gone, and there it is, support forum. So when we refresh our page, support forums are gone. So this widget area over here is how you control all that. So going back to our front page, and that's a little disconnecting for me to go back and forth from a control panel admin thing to the actual site. But you know, that's the way it was in Joomla back in my days of Joomla. But look what we've done so far. We've taken the default install. We've figured out how to make new posts, how to make new pages, and they automatically go up to the menu. This would be a primary links in Drupal, but that's not the term we use here. It's just that specific menu. And we installed a theme, and as I understand it, depending on the theme that you have, different functionalities come to play. How they deal with categories, how they throw things on the page dynamically, content tagged as this. We would use views to create blocks. In WordPress, many times it is the theme that actually provides some of this functionality for you. But there are plugins and widgets and what have you to grab that also add on. So a lot of differences, some similarities. WordPress is here to stay for sure. Joomla, same thing. The three of us, Drupal, WordPress, Joomla, we're doing just fine, and we'll be here for a long time. So hope you enjoyed a very brief look at WordPress. If you've never looked at it before, looking at it through the eyes of a Drupaler, now you can say you've been there. We are cmsquickstart.com. Do follow the link. Do fill out the contact form and get a free demo of what we're doing. These are highly pre-configured, highly themed, pre-configured views, blocks, content types, etc. It really is a great turnkey solution to getting your Drupal site up quickly. In fact, it's, speaking of looking snazzy, these look very nice, 20 themes. It's a little more WordPressy in that respect, and that it's not just a generic install. It's much prettier and more functional out of the box in that way. And I am Doug Van. Check me out at dougvan.com. Contact me there if you want to. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.